Well, I'm all for universal or more affordable childcare. I mean, who isn't? I mean, it is, we should do everything we can to make, motherhood and parenthood in general more accessible. I just don't think the evidence shows that that goes a long way to addressing the gender pay gap, because it said women still want the flexibility to be there for sort of those moments, for to be engaged in their children's lives. And I said one of the studies shows that some of the women who take the biggest wage penalty are high-income women who can afford all the child care they want. They just
About that, though, part of the research also shows that if you look at the research from biologists or sociologists rather than economists, which is outside of our wheelhouse here, I know, but I'm going to introduce it, that there's something biological, that the way that we think about maternity cover as 6 weeks or 6 months is actually insufficient for the bonding period of time versus places like the UK where they have a year of cover. So is it possible that the policy is just like a blunt hammer rather than a nuanced instrument, but policy could work?
Yeah, well, I mean, it also depends on what our objective is. I mean, I think we also all agree that we should have longer maternity leaves, but that's not good from the point of view of closing the gender wage gap, because that means more time out of the labor force. So, I mean, I think this is my point generally, is like the needs of every family is really different. And I think that flexibility is really critical into helping women make the right choices for them and their families. And that's why policy just becomes far too blunt a tool. And sort of there are scope for policies, certainly, to make having children a better experience, a more rewarding experience, but they won't necessarily address the gender wage gap, but they do fix other problems.